Hello everyone, and welcome to my Coronation Street official channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Rupert Hill, the former star of Corrie, talks about his alcoholism and how it sparked a new play. Rupert Hill, a former Coronation Street star, is all too familiar with the moment he discovered alcohol was beginning to control his life. 3 years ago, actor, writer, and bar owner Rupert realized that his occasional glass or two had turned into an addiction. He also made a commitment to stop his growing dependency on alcohol by learning as much as he could about the disease after that day. His recent play, Husk, which will have its world debut at Hope Mill Theatre in Ancoats next week, was partially inspired by his experiences learning to live an alcohol-free life. Chorlton resident Rupert, 46, states, "I stopped drinking 3 years ago, but prior to that I would have classified myself as a high-functioning alcoholic. It was very easy for me to be around alcohol since I owned several pubs in Manchester, including the Castle, Gulliver's, and Lloyd's in Chorlton, plus I was working as an actor and was able to keep things under control. It was a big part of my life for a long period, but then all of a sudden I started to realize, I'm starting to have a drink in the morning to get through a hangover, or I'm needing a drink in the middle of the night because I can't get back to sleep without one. And then I was starting to drink while I was working as an actor in private. It was becoming more and more secretive." Rupert made the decision that the best approach to overcome his alcoholism would be to educate himself as much as possible. He continues, "I wanted to learn as much as I could about alcohol addiction, so I started reading a ton of books about it. I didn't really think I was going to have to give up. I figured I'd find a way to moderate. But when you struggle with alcoholism, you discover that there's no way to moderate or that it's really difficult because the substance tells you that your body needs more of it, which is what actually occurs. I reached a breaking point when I realized I had to stop. After reading so much, I kind of came to the conclusion that I no longer desired this item in my life. I got off it after a long while. And after that, I was really hesitant to tell anyone because as an actor, you feel a lot of shame, and it can be a little frightening to reveal something like that. But then it occurred to me that everyone would know if I made it public and then went back to drinking. That would be my fault. I also realized that I should be really proud of myself because this is probably the best thing I've ever done. It's the strongest, most responsible thing I've ever done, and I did it for my family because I wanted to improve my relationships with them and with friends. I reasoned that since everything about it was good, there was no reason not to proclaim it loudly. I had my daughter write the word free on a piece of paper, which I then showed to a tattoo artist, asking if they could merely ink it onto my wrist. My right hand, which is also my drinking hand, has it. So I reasoned that when I looked down and saw free inscribed on my wrist, I would know not to pick up another glass of wine or a pint of beer. When I stopped drinking, that was the overpowering feeling I had. After around 6 months, I had a profound sense of freedom that was like to being freed from a jail, which is related to the play's themes. Husk is about a group of people trying to get out of jail or prison, even if it doesn't particularly deal with addiction. When I initially wrote Husk, it was as a pitch for a TV series, Rupert recalls. It was a full-on revenge thriller in which the protagonist, just out of jail, sets out to find the person who placed him there. After I reworked it as a stage play, especially after I stopped drinking, it became a metaphor for quitting drinking or for dealing with addiction in some other way. That's exactly what it turned into, though it happened almost unconsciously. The play's basic theme, without coming across as overly pretentious, is that every character is, in one way or another, imprisoned and trying to find a way out. The revenge thriller unfolds over multiple timelines, with the intention of keeping viewers guessing until the very end about the precise fate of the individuals. However, it's also very funny, so perhaps some chuckles will be had as well. In the play, Rupert plays Ray, who is first seen being freed from prison. Danielle Henry, David Macready, Dan Poyser, and David Crellin co-star with him in the piece. "They are all amazing actors and we're so lucky to have them," said Rupert. In addition, the production makes use of multimedia, including video that is projected onto the stage. Grant Archer edited and brought this to life in the given space, which was captured by Andoni's Anthony. Alec Waters wrote the original music, while Tom Sutcliffe designed the stunning set and lights. Rupert was thrilled when Joseph Houston, the artistic director of the theater, agreed to direct the play's premiere run. Rupert had always known he wanted the play to be premiered in Hope Mills Little Theater. We're very fortunate to be making this play's premiere here, and it's a fantastic venue with plenty of excitement. It's really thrilling, Rupert continued. Regarding Rupert's continued sobriety journey, he says that despite his initial apprehensions, he has found it immensely beneficial to discuss it. Whenever he does, he also finds that others will message him to express how much it has benefited them. I just thought I'd be really upfront and honest about my journey because, honestly, it's not my fault. Society throws drugs at us all and encourages us to enjoy them in almost every situation, at celebrations, during times of grief, etc. So when someone becomes addicted to an addictive substance, they should feel ashamed of themselves, but that's completely untrue. After I first spoke about this, I got so many messages from people saying I relate to this so much. I feel like I have a problem. Can you recommend any books? It was quite a lot, and it was incredibly humbling. I thought, wow, it does actually help people if you talk about it. Cast members from Emmerdale and Coronation Street on ITV, who are real-life relatives, range from twins to cousins. Cast members of Coronation Street and Emmerdale frequently liken their co-stars to family. For certain performers, this is actually true. Even if a lot of viewers have been watching their favorite soap operas for years, it's possible that they are unaware that some of the stars of the adored ITV series have actual familial ties. Coronation Street and Emmerdale are home to numerous real-life family members, including twins and cousins, since the soap opera industry is evidently a family affair. Even so, a few family members make cameos in rival soap operas. Here, we explore every actual family member from our beloved soap operas. Among the biggest and most well-known real-life soap opera families is the Flanagan family. In Coronation Street, Isabella and William Flanagan portray cousins Hope Stape and Joseph Brown, but in real life, they are identical twins. Amelia Flanagan, their older sister, portrays April Windsor on Emmerdale. In the meanwhile, the proud parents of the gifted performing trio frequently compliment their kids on social media and provide an insight into their lives outside of soap operas. Sebastian and Gabrielle Dowling, who portrayed the real-life twins Kathy and Heath Hope in Emmerdale, prove that Isabella and William are not the only soap opera twins. Back in 2007, the siblings played the part of Viv and Bob Hope's kids. But in a tragic turn of events earlier this year, Heath perished in a horrific scenario involving a New Year's vehicle disaster. Kathy is still a part of the ITV soap opera. Peter Ash of Coronation Street recently won the National Television Award for Serial Drama Performance for his outstanding portrayal of Paul Foreman during the character's